I want to tell you, Penelope, we're moving away.
Really?
Yeah, my mom and dad are making us move.
It's Take a Tip Tuesday. These are 5 great tips to help your kids cope with the big move. Hi, my name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer, providing you the best real estate tips with a dash of humor. Be sure to subscribe now so you don't miss my most beneficial but humorous tips. This week I want to talk about your kids and the big move. I know it's super stressful. I've done it 5 times, but there were some things that we did to help our kids adjust a little bit better, and I wanted to share those tips with you today.
Did you know that my mom said that I could help pick out the neighborhood where you could move to?
Really? Like you're gonna have like Disney houses?
When the decision was made between my husband and I, the first thing we did was we sat the kids down to let them know that we were moving. One of the things that I have learned over the years is to go ahead and tell the kids right up front so that way there's no big secret and it's not sprung on them. One of the things that we did after that was we went ahead and had them pick the neighborhood out. Even though they were part of the decision of choosing the house, they didn't make the whole decision, of course, but I did put their wants and wishes into consideration. And that made them feel very much a part of the process to help them get excited. I even let them pick out things like the color of their rooms. Even if the house wasn't painted the color they wanted, I knew that we could change that pretty easily. I also let them pick out things that they wanted in the neighborhood. For instance, like if they wanted a park close by or if they wanted a swimming pool in the neighborhood. So when we picked out our last neighborhood, we made sure to have a community pool. Just one simple thing to make them feel like they were part of the process, and it made them a little less anxious and more excited about the new move.
I don't think we're ever gonna see each other again.
One of the saddest things that we had to do is sit there and watch one of our kids melt down during the time that we were about to move. She really didn't want to leave the house, and she just laid out on the floor and cried and said, "I don't want to leave my house." I understood this, and instead of getting angry because we were really in a hurry, I just picked her up and said, "Don't worry, sweetie," and I hugged her really deep. I know it's really hard at this time to kind of keep your emotions in check, but if you're there for your kids in a more comforting way, it will help them adjust a lot better. I would never dismiss a child's feelings when it comes to this time because it's just as much of a big move to you as it is to them. And if you make them feel like they're small and unimportant, they're gonna feel much more anxious by the time that they get to their new house. So just be aware of your kids' feelings and let them feel comforted and loved during this time.
My mom said that where we're moving, they eat bugs from the mud.
Who eats bugs?
They do in that state we're moving, they eat bugs.
When your child is less than excited about moving, it's okay to create your own excitement. You can tell them all sorts of things about the new place that they're moving, but it's better if they actually investigate it themselves. You can show them books and things about the area that you're moving to, and they may not even know that, like, for instance, we moved to the state of Louisiana, and my kids knew nothing about crawfish or jambalaya or all the festivals here, and especially the Strawberry Festival. For some reason, that became the big thing that they were super excited about. If you could add those kinds of layers of excitement that they'll be looking forward to in the future, then that's a good way to manage their anxiety. Another thing you may want to do is have them create a list of those places they would like to visit once they get to the new place. So that way, once you're unpacked, you could visit a couple of those places and they'll be much more comfortable with the place that they've moved to.
Sunshine,
What?
does your school have cool uniforms?
Yeah, we gotta wear uniforms, and they have a really big play set outside for recess.
If it is possible, go ahead and take your kids to the area that they're moving to before you actually move, so they can take a tour and a drive around. You'll be surprised the things that they get super excited about that are close to the new house. My kids were super excited about the new Dairy Queen that they had just put down the road. These are the kinds of things that will help ease their anxiety once they're getting into a new place. It's just those little details that make them feel and cope a little bit better.
My mom says that our new school we're gonna have lots of new friends, but I don't think they're gonna be as special as you, Penelope.
I think you'll find a friend.
One of the things that most children, especially my children, were nervous about is a new school. I found that the best way to manage this was actually to take them to the school that they were going to. One time the schools were still in session, so they got to see a lot of the other kids that were going around and playing, so that made them a lot less nervous because there were kids just like them. But the other time there was nobody there, but they got to take a full tour of the school. The principal was super nice and showed them the classrooms, and that made them feel a lot more comfortable. But this was a good way for them to feel great about their school, so that when we pulled into town, they said, oh, there's my new school. They were already excited for it. So when the first day of school came, it wasn't so nerve-wracking for them about that. This is just another way to help them with their anxiety.
You know what, Penelope? My mom and dad said I could paint my new room any color I want to.
So it doesn't have to be pink, it could be any color?
I'm gonna make it black.
One of the best tips I received for helping your kids cope with moving was a seller of mine went ahead and threw herself a big farewell party. She went ahead and let her kids invite all of their friends over from school or from their church and from the community, and they all got to say goodbye to them at one time. And I thought this was super great. The other thing that she did was she promised the kids a year from now that she would meet up with their friends at a pizza place, and she held true to that promise. A year later, her kids were able to go ahead and have that pizza party and see their old friends again and share their new school and their new friends with them as well. I thought this was a fantastic thing, and I wish I had done it for myself.
Your sibling will be my best friend even though I'm moving away, and I'm gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you.
Moving stinks, and nobody really enjoys it, especially kids. But if you can manage their expectations, help them get involved, let them have contact to their previous community, and make them feel a part of it, it can work out smoothly. If you'd like some more tips and tricks about buying and selling your home, you can always visit my website at yourrealestatewhisperer.com. If you want some tips about moving, you can go ahead and click the playlist over here. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss my most beneficial tips right here. My name is Kristina Smallhorn, your real estate whisperer for Ascension Parish, and I tell you all this because you matter.